Hello everyone, the round of 8 is coming up soon and my time is scarce, so I figured I'd give you a very quick preview video. This is basically just a way to get everyone's predictions. Please leave them in the comment section below. But the round of 8 is played over 2 days. Sets 1 are on day 1, and sets 2 and 3 if they're needed are on day 2, just to give you a little bit of tension in the week between. So here are the matchups. The first one's going to be Hyuk versus Fantasy. Fantasy's chances are good, especially on paper. He has a much better win record in the respective race than Hyuk does. But Fantasy has been complaining a lot about the maps as of late in interviews, which makes me think he was kind of relying on the map designers to change the maps for him come this round of 8, but that has not happened. So Fantasy needs to pull his head out of his butt and realize that he's going to have to do whatever it takes to win. All players, especially Terran players, have a lot of tools at their disposal of how to take down games on unfavorable maps. Jeez. Fantasy most likely hasn't been able to practice a lot at his team house since this is a team matchup. The players don't get a lot of practice in their own team house when going up in these kind of team matches. So hopefully he has a good idea in his head. Now Hyuk, on the other hand, uber aggressive. He's playing a teammate who he knows very well, and he's on maps that are favorable to him. But as I've said before, the statistics do not favor Hyuk. Plus, if Hyuk would win against Fantasy, the next player he would face in the semifinals on this side of the bracket, I think either one of them would be a tough fit, tough to handle for a player like Hyuk. So I don't think Hyuk has a very easy road to the finals. But if he can get past Fantasy, that's probably the biggest roadblock. Now, the second matchup on this side of the bracket. The winner of this one will go on to face the winner of Hyuk versus Fantasy. This is Calm versus Mind. I think Mind has yet to show his true potential in this OSL so far. He's been kind of exponentially getting better and better, pulling out some crazy builds, showing everyone that he's not quite as mediocre as they think he is. But that still doesn't mean he can beat a player like Calm. I mean, obviously, Mind is going to have excellent game plan going into this. I mean, his name is Mind, for God's sake. But the nickname of his opponent is the Brain Zerg, and for a good reason. Calm is one of the most well-rounded Zerg players on the scene. He adapts well to new situations, new players, and new maps. So I think Calm is not only a favorite in this matchup, but a favorite on this side of the bracket to move up into the finals. On the other side of the bracket, we have Modesty versus Cal. This is the second team matchup of the round of 8. Team matchups are always a coin flip, of course, but I do think Cal has the advantage in more ways than one. First of all, I think he's a stronger player. Second of all, he's playing a teammate who he knows inside and out. Of course, you could say Modesty has the same advantage, but not when faced with Cal's other advantage, which is his experience. This is Modesty's first round of 8. This is not Cal's first round of 8. As long as he keeps his head in this thing, I think Cal is a shoo-in to win this matchup. And the winner of this match will move on to face the winner of this match. Stork versus Hiya. It's tough for me to give Hiya any kind of chance in this matchup. Not just because I'm a Stork fanboy, but because Stork versus Terran is definitely enough to take down a player like Hiya. Hiya is no Flash, and Hiya is not even a Fantasy. So all indications are that Stork is going to mop the floor with him. But Hiya used to be a very good versus Protoss player. In fact, I think his record against Stork is something like 4 wins, 1 loss against Stork. So he does have the winning record as far as that goes. Hiya is a crazy player, so I definitely wouldn't put it past him to bypass all of Stork's strengths in the mid to late game by ending the game earlier with rush strategies in 1 or more of the games. Even so, Hiya's chances are slim, so he's going to need an excellent game plan when going against the Dino Toss. So that is your round of 8. As you can tell, now that Flash and Jaedong are gone, this really is anyone's game, which makes it personally very exciting for me. I might have given some players an advantage in each of the matchups, but I don't know how this thing's going to go, and that makes me very happy. Be sure to write down your eloquent predictions, and I will be back soon with round of 8 commentaries. See you guys then.